Ahoy there, traveler! Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the second video in the Daily Draw series. This video might be a wee bit longer than the last one, so please bear with me. Without further ado, let's get this started. Today's topic is random mechs. I got some requests about drawing a mech, and that's why I'm going with this. Otherwise, I had some pretty different ideas. Well, let's see how this goes. You can see I'm starting out pretty fast and loose, just scribbling out stuff on the canvas and seeing how it goes. There's absolutely no reference to this nor any prior preparation, so let's see. It's actually the best practice is just hook up some music, dump some ideas onto a canvas, and then just keep doing that till something or the other works out. Especially when you're drawing for yourself. Also sometimes when you're doing some projects or concept design, it works both ways. Of course, when you're in a professional environment, it's better to have some reference etc. by your side just to save that time. You can see this is a biped. We're working on a biped, not a very tall machine, not much weaponry or anything, more towards a surveillance mech. The open front, just a little roof area, protect to a somewhat degree from the elements. You can see the interior, the seating area, etc. This would be maybe about a medium speed machine. This is a longer video than the previous one. You'll see a lot of drawing, a lot of erasing and drawing. I didn't want to remove all of that because I want you guys to see the thought process. If you want it to be shorter and me to remove any, minor detailing and all that comes in, you can just drop a comment below and let me know, please. Some people tell me that, slow it down and let us see more details, but then it would be pretty long because it's not the drawing itself, but the thought process that, drawing something, then erasing it, then drawing again, that takes some time. If you'll notice something, the upper area where basically the canopy is, that'll remind you of something. I'll let you guess. Give you a couple of seconds. It reminds me of something a bit. It reminds me of the power loader from Aliens, the one with Ellen Ripley. A slight bit. That had a front frame as well for covering, but the top just reminded me of that slight bit. You've also got the little joystick on the side for the controls and everything. There'll obviously be one on the other side as well for controlling any other auxiliary operations that the vehicle might have. But obviously something which is a non-defensive purpose. Doesn't have any assault capabilities unless it has some sort of EMP charging. No, I doubt it. So you can see that this has some sort of a little digital screen in the middle. It's on hydraulic, so it collapses down when you're climbing into the cabin. The power source of this is a little strange. That looks a bit like an exhaust port on the side. Could be just fuel cell driven, something like this. Internal combustion would be a little too messy and big and may not be powerful enough to drive something like this. Depends, right? You can see there's some lighting and maybe some scanning devices. So just to emphasize that this is more towards surveillance. Some heavy cabling on the legs. There will be a lot of cleaning up going on because of the scribbles that were put down in the beginning of the visual. So you'll see a lot of cleanups, a lot of rearrangement, lasso tool being thrown around here and there. Now that we're done with the basic structure, let's shift to some colors. I wanted to go with more of a battleship grey, towards this. You'd always have the metallic bluish tinge coming in. Just laying in the machinery, the hydraulics here and there, some quadrupedal pods underneath for attachment to the ground. Lights, of course, from the upper left corner or round about that area. Lights, that's the thing about light. It's not just light as the source, but also things like many elements where you get bounce lighting and, ambient occlusion and so many other factors that come in which add realism to a visual. You may not see much of that in this. This is just a speed painting, so it's not going to be here, but you'll notice those things when you see very realistic artwork, or even when you see a photograph. You'll wonder where, these forms of light are coming in, but they're basically reflections from other objects that the light is hitting. We'll explore that as well as we move along. I plan to have some more detailed visuals, some more scientific physics-based stuff which we'll be seeing, which we generally learn during concept design, etc. Let's see. Please let me know if you like those kind of things. So we're still going into layering in the details. We're adding some nice leather seat inside, or at least hopefully. I mean, that's what this kind of a machine could have. That could be faux leather. I think faux leather would be better. Some cushioning on the sides just in case it gets a little bumpy during the ride. We're getting into some shading now, just adding in the darks and the lights, emphasizing that a little bit. You'll see extra layers being added one on top of the other, even though I'm working in just one layer. There's something about working in one layer. It gives that authentic feel of hand-drawn sort of a feel, because you erase, you paint, then you paint over, and that's what gives that hand-drawn sort of an effect compared to just having the very clean and neat multiple layers. There will be multiple layers, but it'll be just one for color, one for maybe rendering, one for lines, one for shades, something like that. So we're adding some highlights, some slight specular light here and there, just to emphasize it's more of a bluish hue coming from the light, so it's probably artificial light. Obviously we're not going to have much of a background here because the vehicle itself is pretty intricate, and I don't want to bore you guys by having videos which are way too long. There you can see the ground coming in, just putting in some bit of a surface, so that and some shadows. Now that we're done with that, I wanted to add some shadows, some realistic shadows. Now this is a tricky part, so let's see. Deep breaths. Let's go. Okay, good so far. Good so far. All right. Let's see. I think that's okay. Alright, you know what? Today's bonus day, day 2, and we're gonna add the pilot. So that's another character being added on the screen as well. So we're adding a female pilot here of the mech. Again, anatomy. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Drawing the impact suit and also the pose. Now she was looking away a bit, so I thought it'd be better if she just looks towards the audience, towards you guys, the viewer. For some reason, I have no idea why I just went with red, having a more of a racing suit sort of a feel, even though it could be. I mean, you know what? That's a wild idea. We could have this mech edited towards more of a racing sports vehicle as well. More on that later. Let me know if you guys are interested. We'll do a mashup or something like that. So here we're adding the interaction of the light and shadows on the pilot itself, on her. So let's see how that goes. So we're getting specular lighting and everything. And there we go. Let me know what you guys think, alright? Okay, now time for the generic outro. If you like this video, it would really help me if you subscribed or even liked the video. We also have our second channel, which is a gaming channel, Mixed Up Vids. The link is in the description below. Please check out some of our stuff there as well. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed yourself. This is Smokedship signing off.